And welcome back, everybody. My name is Raze Chaos. You have made it back to my channel, and oh yes, we've got more Bitty Pops going on up in here. And yeah, this one is probably the first like repeat in theme, which is really cool because this is Star Wars. This is a Star Wars Bitty Pop set. I've already done one, which, you know, in my opinion was very, very closely tied to the first Star Wars movie. For you noobs, I'm referring to Star Wars A New Hope. But you know what? That's not what it was called when I was first seeing it. So it's still Star Wars. It's still the original Star Wars. And in this case, I have the Mandalorian. So I can only assume that these are based around the initial first season. So, I mean, like I said, it gave me hope when I saw that originally. And, yeah, I was like, maybe that'll mean that this is going to end up being the first of many. And being as how we've got the Mandalorian now, guessing, I haven't looked really closely, but I'm guessing this is based around the first season. And I have seen they've done another line of Batman biddies or DC biddies, which, come on, that's you only Batman characters, just call it the Batman biddies. But yeah, it looks like we're all Star Wars right now. And you know, I don't do a lot of, I am a big Star Wars fan, but I don't do a lot of Star Wars content on my channel. That's primarily due to bobbleheads, and they've even infiltrated the comic covers and made them bobbleheads and made them a different shape, so because they gotta be special. So yeah, that kind of kept me from continuing that. And for the longest time, I didn't even care because it didn't seem like they were doing anymore. But now they're starting to do more, and I'm like, oh, you freaking yeah. But since I don't do a lot of Star Wars content, I thought I should get in touch with another YouTuber that does do Star Wars stuff. And so I reached out to JKL Awesome, who loves Star Wars beyond any measure. So JKL, what is your advice as far as doing Star Wars content?
I'm your father, Luke. Give in to the dark side of the Force, you knob.
You cheap ass. But no, this is the Mandalorian, so this is the way. I got these sets. I actually got these from Target the weekend of C2E2. I stopped to do that. I had to get the Hurricane because I wasn't paying convention prices for something that had just come out. And while I was there, I saw, oh, they've got all 4 boxes. They got the 4 different boxes for the Mandalorian. So let me just go ahead and grab this now. And yeah, I needed to get to the point where I could do them, which that's where I am now. And yeah, the only issue is, you'll see this box is open. Now, this box was not open when I bought it. But sitting on the shelf, yeah, this thin little line of, yeah, you can even see this other flap is like still sealed down. That little flap, the glue on these are really cheap, so I don't get that one bit. But anyway, we are not going to wait, because what anybody watching this video most likely is looking for is the fact that you've got the 4 different packs, all with different characters, but this one is different in the respect that all the mystery characters in here, they're all Grogu. There's 4 different Grogus in 4 different poses, and the idea is, let us collect them all let's go, because you know Raze has done it multiple times before where he got a perfect pull. And if you didn't know that, you haven't watched one of these, because Raze mentions it all the time. But let's put this guy away and let's get into this. Let's get into this bad boy. This is awesome. And starting with the one that is just has the Mandalorian. I love how I love the different colors in this, and that's probably one of my favorite aspects of the Mandalorian show. Mind you, I haven't watched the whole thing, and I haven't watched it all in order. Watched what I have in order, but that's just fine, honestly. I mean, it still gives me that good Star Wars dopamine feel. I think it feels more Star Wars than a lot of things that have come out. So, yeah, I can't complain. But then again, Raze liked Solo, so everybody else seemed to hate that movie. But honestly, I thought it felt more like a Star Wars movie than I don't know, The Last Skywalker. What is it? I've lost track of the movies as far as the differences go. But yeah, you don't have to like all of it to be a fan. I will say that. And that goes for everything. Just go after what you love, and you can stop when you stop enjoying it. It doesn't make you any less of a fan. So, we've got this out. We have got the tray, and I just threw that box away, so I can't keep them in order. Well, I guess I can, because there's only these. So, first up, we have got the Mandalorian. A heavy-duty infantry Mandalorian. And this guy pops right out. If you've never seen these before, they pop right out the bottom so you can see how tiny they actually are. And for as little as they are chock full of detail. And yeah, you can see his gun, you can see the hose going to it, and yeah, this is badass. And even got dents in the helmet, which make it all the better. Yeah, these things are awesome, and I absolutely love these biddies, especially because they are replicas of the bigger versions. And since the bigger versions are bobbleheads, I'm never gonna get them. So this is my way of being able to get some Mandalorian pops. Oh, and second up, we've got the Armorer, and this is just badass. He's more gold, and he's got the hammer. Oh my God, we've got to get this guy out. Oh man, these are so awesome. I love these things. Love the top. I love the differences in the helmets. Even just going from where we first saw Mandalorians, which would be Boba Fett, seeing the differences in all of them, because you could just imagine a whole army of Boba Fetts up until they expanded the universe, and you got to see some differences. Yeah, there is the awesome little the Armorer. Yeah. It raises on a bit of a schedule, so he might rush through these a little bit more. But here is Bo-Katan Kryze. Kryze. I hate having to remember how to pronounce these things. But yeah, there's the two guns out on either side, rather than nail everybody. You see the jetpack. You see the, oh yeah. The Mandalorians just look badass all the way around. And this one is no exception. And I love how they can do different colors and still make it look like, yeah, these are what they look like. As opposed to if you look at some of the Batman stuff where he's wearing multiple color costumes, and it's just like, yeah, that just doesn't look right. With the Mandalorian, the armor really lends itself to different color schemes, and still manages to look badass. But yeah, did I rush through that? Yeah, I did. Why? Because we have got our first Grogu unboxing, and we get to take a look and see who we got. We have got the little Grogu with a cup, and yeah, this show would not have gotten the attention without Grogu. And the fact that people still want to refer to him as Baby Yoda is absolutely what you would expect. But here he is with a little cup, because that little booger's always wanted to eat, just like a newborn. But yes, he is roughly 50 years old in the story. But you know, different species mature faster, and yeah. You can learn a lot in 50 years, which makes a lot of sense as to why Yoda was so wise and ended up being the best Jedi of all time. And I'll say that again, best Jedi of all time, Yoda. And this is so cool, it's so cute. I've never watched The Mandalorian with other people, like watching it and having other people in the room. You can't get through an episode without somebody talking about how cute he is. Probably one of the most dangerous beings in the world, but everybody wants to call him cute. I'm going to look at the back real quick here and see. Okay, so the Grogu with the cup would actually be in the second set, so I try and keep them together as much as I can. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and open up the second box now. Yeah, you can see how easily these things pop open. Not surprising that the Force just basically opened the other one. And, yeah, we'll go ahead and leave this for a thing. And this feels more like going along with the theme of, it's like they kind of put the ones that they wanted to do out in the first line. The second line is more or less following the show, because here we have the Mandalorian. It's just called the Mandalorian, just the regular one. Looks more like he did at the very beginning of the show. Yeah, long rifle, flowing cape is perfect and everything. I think that's what they did. I think they did what they wanted initially to get that out of the way, and then they were like, okay, let's follow along with the storyline and let's do at least one that has some chronological importance to it, and that would be this one. And had to put the little tray out so I could get him going. And then we've got Cool, who, yes, he was a big part of the first couple episodes. Oh, love the way he talked, love the way he looked, and he was like, it was cool seeing another Ugnaught, if that's how you pronounce it, that you got to see in The Empire Strikes Back, that were the servants of Cloud City. So it was cool seeing one that was out and actually had speaking parts, and yeah, you could just see how well developed they actually are, and this is just too cool. And I feel that developing this character helped expand the universe more than just introducing a new character. And boom, what do we have left? We have an off-world Jawa, and I guess they needed to call him that because I already have a Jawa. So they have to do something different with it, otherwise they're just selling you the same thing over again. And boom, we're gonna pop out the off-world Jawa, and he has got a little machete, and because, you know, you definitely want a machete when you're in the desert, because that makes sense. But yeah, he's got like a little bag on his back, definitely looking scavenger-ish, as Jawas should, and they played a good role in the first part of that series, at least, or that first part of that season, at least. Yeah, so boom, yeah, Raze is going fast. He knows he's going fast. He's still going to let you have a good look at the characters, but he is really just kind of looking at, what's my other Grogu? Let's see, what little baby Yoda do we have here? And I like how they perforate the side here and everything, but like, it's just a little slip thing. You can pull it right out. And we have Grogu with a cup. So we've got another. We've got another one, our first duplicate. And I'm going to go ahead and keep that in with the group because that's how it works. So obviously Raze isn't going to get a perfect pull out of this one. That is a little disappointing, and I hate finding out so soon. But then at the same time, it's like the Band-Aid's already been ripped off. Let's just see what else I get. So, next run we've got Corvanth. And yeah, just throw that down. It's not like you have to clean this room or anything. Yeah, really need to be aware of this kind of thing. But we've got Corvanth. Great looking pop. Great looking figure. Let's get this thing opening up. Yeah, you've got his gray streaks, holding his gun. Again, they just make these characters look so badass that any one of them you could want to watch a series on, and the level of enjoyment you get out of every character really kind of comes down to the actor portraying him, because and when I say that, I mean the decision as to whether you could watch an entire series just about that character, because the Star Wars universe is very, very rich and can be very, very deep, and lack of character development means nothing if you're going to do an entire series on it, because you've got the opportunity to make them as deep as possible. And it's just a matter of if you enjoy watching the actor portraying him, whether you want to see more. And who do we got more? Oh God, I can't even remember how do you pronounce this. Finnick Shand. I'm probably going to get blasted for that one. But here she is. Great hair on this character. Even watching it, I thought, that's great. And they really did a great job of showing it off in the pop. Not quite as spectacular as really seeing it, but still very cool. Long gun, long ponytail, little orange trim here and there. Absolutely makes it worth it. And yeah. It's really exciting being able to do a Star Wars video. And this is the king of the one that started it all. We've got Boba Fett. We have got Boba Fett, badass. And that's exactly what I mean by lack of character development, because in the original trilogy, he is ordered not to do any disintegrations, and then he falls in the Sarlacc pit, and that's really all you get of Boba Fett. So how he became such a fan favorite character is, one of those mysteries that not even the creators can figure out, but he definitely is. And they've done nothing but expand on the Mandalorians and Boba Fett himself ever since. This is a well that has been pumped quite thoroughly, and yeah, people still keep coming back for more of it. So there's the Boba Fett. There's my bitty pop of Boba Fett, and I believe that this is my first Boba Fett Funko Pop of any kind, which long awaited and well appreciated that I finally have one. And we are going to pop this out because we are back at the Grogu time. And yeah, I don't really see much of a difference with the different Grogus, so I'm really not that upset. I mean, if I just got more all duplicates of the Grogu, I'm not going to be too upset. One, because yeah, there's not big enough difference between the two of them, especially at that scale, to really be too picky. And second of all, like, it's not like I can't get rid of Grogu's. I mean, hello. Everybody wants a Grogu. Everybody wants a Baby Yoda. And this one is... Oh, open. Come on. How are you going to get tight on me? Yeah, not the first time I've said that. And he popped right out. Excuse me while I pick this up. We've got the Grogu eating the frog. Okay. I am going to revise this because having a little Grogu with a frog's butt and back legs sticking out of his mouth is just downright hysterical. And this is easily my favorite of all these mystery options that they have, especially that since I have another one that doesn't have a frog butt sticking out of his mouth. So yeah, I think I've got all the necessary Grogus at this point, and boom, that was actually the one that was supposed to come out of that batch anyway. So yeah, we're down to the last one, and I cannot even be upset because it's just like, yeah, I am completely satisfied with this. Doesn't even matter what that last one is. Doesn't have to be different. It's like we have got what we want out of this set. And who do we start off with is Moff Gideon, who, let's face it, dude, whether he's fighting the Predator, whether he is Apollo Creed, Carl Weathers is the badass. And the minute you see this guy show up, this isn't Carl Weathers either. Wow, total brain fart there. This is Moff Gideon. Hang on. I have lost who plays him. Oh, yeah. I don't think it's Carl Weathers. Raze just lost his connection to the Force and is pretty much going to be a dumbass for the rest of the day now. But Moff Gideon is badass, and he looks great. He's got great pose on there. The black and the red is always a favorite. And yeah, since Raze has embarrassed himself on this one, he's going to go ahead and keep moving. And we have got the Incinerator Stormtrooper, which I've got to say, I appreciated the Incinerator Stormtrooper's look more than I did a lot of what has come from the other movies, because it's got that classic original look. He's got the flame coming right out of it, and the red stripes, and it just, everything about it makes sense. Being white with the red warning that, hey, this guy is gonna freaking burn your ass. Yeah, Incinerator Stormtrooper. Just perfect enough to make all the old school fanboys go nuts. And boom, we've got to put these out. And then we've got the Dark Trooper, which these are cool because this is one of those things that you read about in the comic books and novels around Star Wars, but was never introduced into the shows, into the movies. And with the Dark Trooper, there was some history. If you were watching it, you already knew that what big bad that represented. And not going to give it away here. Well, might. We're going to try. No spoilers, Jesus. But basically, when you saw the Dark Trooper, you knew a certain somebody could make an appearance, and you desperately were hoping to. And then, knowing the following seasons, yeah, you did get that. But, yeah, the Dark Troopers, they look so badass. And, yeah, I mean, they're representing Vader big time here. Even though they're not Vader, or they didn't really go with Vader, they looked a lot. I mean, they were like Vader spawned characters. And that brings us to our final Grogu mystery surprise character. Now, the last three have been the actual figure on the box claims it's going to be. Let's see if this last one is it. Nope. We've got another one of Grogu eating the frog. So we have got 2 Grogus, and we've got an excellent Mandalorian collection. Because you only need 1 Grogu to make an excellent Mandalorian collection. And I have got 1 Grogu, 2 Grogus, and plenty of everybody else. So, I hope you have enjoyed this little walk into the Star Wars universe. A rare walk into the Star Wars universe. Because Raze doesn't get a lot of... well, he doesn't get as much Star Wars stuff, Funko related, as he does everything else. So, yeah. You know it's going to be a different kind of Star Wars if Raze is doing a channel on it. But, yeah. That hits that up. This is awesome. I do plan on doing some different Star Wars content in the future. But, like I said, most likely won't be Funko related because of their little hang up. As far as bobbleheads, which if you know Raze, you know Raze hates bobbleheads. So let me know down below which one your favorite is, what's your favorite character, whether you're a fan of Mandalorian, which I have to say the Mandalorian, you know, being the cross between Star Wars and old Clint Eastwood movies. Yeah, don't think I didn't catch that little connection there when I was watching it. Took me a minute to get over, but once I did, it was like, yes, this actually works perfectly. But let me know your thoughts on The Mandalorian and how big of a fan you are, or if you just couldn't care less for it. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I hope you have a great day, and never forget, the life is full of odd moments, and you never know when you're going to be defined.